Today, we're going to talk about the external anatomy of the eye. And the goal of this video is to describe some of the specialized senses that you have and focus in on the external structures of the eye. Okay, first, we need to be clear what a special sense is and how that differs from your general senses. As children, we're taught that we have five senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Touch is a general sense because it includes many types of receptors that are found all over the body. The remaining senses, though, sight, hearing, smell, and taste, are special senses because their receptors are clustered together and they're usually in specialized organs. For example, the eye, or in at least a very small area. One other important note here, though: balance is an additional special sense that you have, and it does have receptors that are housed in the ear. Okay, specialized senses. Just to show you a visual here, again, your specialized senses include hearing and balance, smell, taste, and sight. We're going to focus on sight in this video, and in future videos, we'll look at the others. So, when we're talking about sight, we need to talk about the eye. What is the external anatomy of the eye? The eye is covered with an eyelid that meets at the corners of the eye. And the two corners are the medial commissure and the lateral commissure. The medial commissure, remember from the beginning of anatomy, we talked about the difference between medial and lateral, those directions of the body. Medial is toward the middle of your body, lateral is on the sides. So the medial commissures on the side that's closest to the middle of your body, that midline, which would be right here. The lateral would be on the side that's closer to the side of your body. So that would be right here. That's the medial versus the commissure. I'm sorry, the medial commissure versus the lateral commissure. Now, your eyelid also is covered, at least the top, is covered here with eyelashes. It's lined with eyelashes as well. Now, there's a thin membrane that's called the conjunctiva or conjunctiva. It covers the surface of your eyeball, and and also it includes the inner layer of the eyelid. That the conjunctiva is really important because it secretes mucus that lubricates your eye. Okay, now we looked at the external anatomy. Now let's talk about uh, the function aspect of this. So um, I'm going to identify some functions of these other parts of the eye, uh, at least the external parts. All right, there's something called the lacrimal apparatus, and it's actually a group of structures that are responsible for lubricating the eye. That's their function, to lubricate the eye. One of the structures here is the lacrimal gland. That's what you see right here. The lacrimal gland is above the eye, and it's constantly releasing tears. These tears cleanse and moisten the eye because the tears, they contain mucus, antibodies, and lysozyme, which is an antibacterial enzyme. So you can tell here they're killing uh, bacteria and maybe other germs that come in contact with your eye. So your tears are really important for that reason. Now, the tears are going to drain into ducts that are called the lacrimal canaliculi. And then they're going to travel into the lacrimal sac. So right here, so you can see the superior and inferior canaliculi. Superior would be on top, inferior would be on bottom. they're going to drain. Uh, you can see how they're connected. Both the superior and inferior canaliculi are connected to the lacrimal sac. Okay, they're going to drain into the tears are going to drain from those canaliculi into the lacrimal sac right here, and finally down into the nasal cavity through the nasolacrimal duct, which is right here. Okay, so that mucus is draining down this way. To sum up, there is something called the special senses, and this would include sight, hearing, smell, taste, and balance because they have sensory receptors that are in localized areas or organs. The eye is a sensory organ with many structures, and these structures would include the conjunctiva, the eyelids, lacrimal glands. All of those things are responsible for keeping the eye lubricated and protected from infection.